Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, August 14th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, Nvidia, MSTY, Simpy, PLTY, and a little bit of Ulti. But before we get into that, last night, really, right? Bitcoin added again. It touched what, 124, 210, 62. But this morning it went back to 121 for whatever reason. MSTR in the pre-market shows red, so not sure what's going on there. But we'll see how this all opens today, and we'll see what happens. But again, a little flavor of some little bull run there, and then it kind of stopped. So yeah, okay. Anyway, so let's get to the trades. So who had trades? By the way, good morning to everyone that's here. We are live on YouTube. We are live on X. I saw the audio confirmed on YouTube. If someone can confirm the audio on X, because I know there's a lot of you on X. So the live chat just does not seem to be popping on X. I think people just forget there's a live chat button there. But anyway, let's get to it. So interesting play yesterday on MSTY. So let's cover it real quick. Synthetic wise, what are they doing? Well, let's see. Buy to close put, sell call. All right. So they closed part of the synthetic, the 385. That's fine. Sold some calls. Again, this is their little insurance that they purchased. You know, cashing out, getting what they can. Opened a new position here within the same week, 400 strike. Okay, that's fine. And then down here, again, interesting play, right? Oh, there you go. Thank you, Dennis. Buy to close all these suckers, right? Look at these. 37,161. By the way, thanks for the odd number, Scott, or whoever did this. Closing it out was a very complex, had to do some add new rows into the formula, but hey, whatever. The point I'm getting at is they closed out 37,000 contracts and they only opened 2,500. So we'll look at that in the file in a second. All right. So again, the 385, they cashed out 1,000 contracts, and people sold out of the fund, right? People have been selling out of the fund. You'll see that in the outstanding share movement, not by much, but still just a little bit. So here's 1,000 contracts selling out, and they made 500,000 in the process. So good job. Show me the money. So that should be added down here. If you look at payment 11, that's added into that little bucket there. All right. Now let's get to the weeklies and see how we're doing there. I don't know if I grayed out the trades from the previous day, actually. I may have. All right. Anyway, whatever. So yesterday was what, the 13th? MSTR, they went down 1.14%. MSTY, they went down 0.94%. So okay, whatever. Not a terrible day. So I guess we'll take it. IV wasn't updated yesterday, so I wasn't able to capture the IV from yesterday. So I'm actually putting today's IV, which did go up about 1% from the 2 days prior. So that's good. All right, so now we look at the closures up in her and see how we doing. All right, scrolling over again, I got 200% view now, which no one complained about yesterday's 150 though. So I really think that 200 is what people want. So maybe you guys are just being nice to me and not complaining. But here's the buy to close. Okay, 57 cents, 57 cents. Closing out, selling calls, closing out positions and whatnot. Here's again 1,500. Again, I forget if I grayed out the day before, but if I didn't, I apologize. Let's just add all these up here. So we got all these, this and this. They made about 6 mil on those trades. Cha-ching, right? Cha-ching. Uh-oh, I hear the little one getting up. Say, maybe he can hear me. So the 6 a.m. morning show is always definitely going to wake him up. Oh well. All right, so here's the other ones they're closing. They paid 119. They paid 119, 57 cents. Okay, great. So this little bucket, this little gang right here, let's add them up. How much did they make from these suckers? 8.1 mil. All right, that's fine. Fantastic. And then let's keep going. All right, they closed at what? Paid 63 cents. They paid 119. Make sure I locked my door. I did not. Hold on. Have to lock the door. He will barge in here unless my wife catches him before. Let's see. How much did we make here? About 5.6 mil. Okay, so again, they closed out positions. There were winning positions, and they made, they had an overall credit for the trades that they opened the prior week. And as you saw from the previous week, actually, I'm just going to gray this whole freaking line out. Yeah, if we do this now. So what I usually do is just to get rid of, I kind of gray out the noise. So I would hide that row. I had that row. I shouldn't be doing this on your time, but now he's making noise. Doesn't take long till he causes chaos. Hide that row. And we got these two. Again, you'd be surprised. Should be something easy to remember, but like always in a rush lately with these freaking trades. Doing it live probably is no justice either. All right, so anyway, I hit everything. So every single trade we just covered is gone. So obviously won't be part of tomorrow's video. Won't get in the way. So yeah, big, decent outstanding share decrease by 1.5 mil. So I don't know who sold. Who's taken I was gonna say profits, but it's not really profits, right? Look at MSTY, man. They're sitting at 1901. MSTR is at 389.90. 30-day IV, 53%. 7-day IV is 54%. Outstanding shares, 291 mil. Total net income, 32 mil. Total distribution, 11 cents. Total daily income, penny. Total daily yield, 0.04%. And if you annualize that sucker, 14%. 14%. That's it. All right, so we're gonna move on. And I think, brother, yes, I can probably do that. Exclude gray or something. But I don't know, man. Google, I don't trust them lately. So because they've been like, my Ulti thing is messed up. Anyway, MSTR, let's see. This is all of the MSTR funds. So MSTR, again, they went down 1.14% yesterday. MSTY only went down 0.94. Winter went up 1.07. Bitwise IMST, they went down 1.06%. MST from Defiance, they went down 1.79%. And MS2 from Rex Shares went down 1.21%. And last but not least, Round Hills MSTW went down 1.4%. So in the end, MSTY took the win for the day. All right. Again, we do, we don't include winter, obviously, because it's a different type of fund, but we just, we have fun with it. We compare, even though these funds are different, right? Different, they do different things. It is still kind of cool to see how they move with, the underlying MSTR. At least I think it is, right? Reaction, I don't know, man. Moon, man. We were feeling it a little yesterday with Bitcoin moving, and then even at that time though, MSTR was not moving with it. So not sure why, but whatever. The moon is still within reach. Hopefully we can touch it soon. Group D declares in 13 days. By the way, on August 27th. All right. So here's the payment breakdown. Again, what we do is we track each 4-week cycle. We're in the 11th 4-week cycle. Synthetic income that they have generated. Again, this is how much they actually cashed out, essentially. They made 52.4 mil. Total weekly income, they made 32.5 mil. That's a total net income of 85 million or 29 cents per share, which again, yeah, not fantastic. They still got more time, but still I don't think we're looking at any type of bank bro necessarily. We're not going to get any type of $7 distro like PLTY, but we'll get a little something. All right, so here's the Rodometer. It calculates how much we're going to get paid in various ways. First, it looks at the weeklies. All right, they paid us what they make on the weeklies. That's 11 cents per share. As at extrinsic income, 56 cents per share. Total net income, 29 cents per share. 30-day IV payment, 78 cents per share. 7-day IV, 79 cents per share. And last but not least, gains, bro, which there is none. In fact, we got fatter, it looks like. We went down 64 cents per share. So, what's Misty payment going to be? Again, it could be under $1. It's very, very, very likely. So, brace yourselves, people. All right. So here's the Misty holdings. How you doing? Well, what do we got? 385. Okay. 375. Okay. Whatever. But what's MSTR price? 389. All right. So they're above the 375. They're above the 385. They're at the money essentially on the 390, but they're behind on the other two. But all of these, they expire in the future. The 919s are over a month away. The 1017s are over 2 months away. So, time is on our side. We don't have to do anything with those suckers. But how are our covered calls doing? We have today's Thursday, and then we have tomorrow, Friday, until these expire, right? How do we know they expired today? You have to go under the QSIP column here. They expire 8/15. Everything here. Again, blue, sold covered calls. Green, buy calls. All right. So 8/15, everything expires 8/15. Lowest strike price is 2.59% out of the money. Ideally, we'd like to stay under that 400. But if we go up, it's fine. We are what? Scattered-a-doo. All right. And then our highest strike is 422.50, 8.36% out of the money. Hey, we'll see how it goes, man. We shall see. MSTR, man. It's been lame-o lately, to be honest. But, I guess that's okay. As long as we make money, man, just give me the money. Give me the money. All right, synthetics, how much do they total? If you net them all together per share, -9 cents, unfortunately. All right, whatevs. All right, what's the value of the fund? 5.5 bill. The NAV is 1904. The trade price, 1901. Now, here's the information we were kind of waiting to get to. Total synthetic contracts, they changed, day to day. They maybe dropped 1,000. They sold out. So they're at 142,915. Now check this baby out. Covered calls. It's currently the current covered calls, 49,440 contracts. They are only selling covered calls on 34,000. Oh my God, I can't talk. 34%. And when I saw Bitcoin flying to the moon, I was like, damn, this is perfect timing. And now, then I looked at MSTR and it's like, really, bro? Really? No. To become a more confident investor? Really? Can I? No, thank you. So yeah, man. This is our chance. Go up, baby. We can afford it. So again, we said ideally stay under the 400. You know what? Screw that. Let's blow past all that because only 34% is in covered calls. So I don't think it's ever been this low. All right. So, hey, we'll see how the day goes. Again, we got today, we got tomorrow. All right. Bitcoin, moon. How do you get Bitcoin to moon? Anyone know? Anyway, so credit call spread, 10% of the 34%. But that doesn't really matter, honestly. So let's move on to IMST. This is the other fund. This is the Bitwise fund, right? And let's see what they're doing. Well, they got a bunch that expire Friday. Should we have someone from Bitwise on at 6 a.m. on a Monday morning show? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. You guys can tell me. Let's see. They're selling calls. They're anywhere 5, 7, 6. I mean, they look to be safe, man. They are way out of the money. They're 5, 7, and then 16, 20% out of the money. So they look to be okay. And they're selling calls on 100% of their position. So yeah, man. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But they look to be in a good spot for the rest of the week. But we'll see what MSTR does. MS2. This is the Rec Shares Fund. Again, I always say this is more one of out of the MSTR funds we talk about. I think this is the underappreciated one for sure. They're selling calls. They expire Friday, 3 and 5% out of the money. But again, they sell calls on 50% of the position. So, you know, we don't really care as much on this fund if they get blown through, which is cool. But at the same time, you may not get that massive distro that you expect, but you are also getting paid weekly. So again, interesting fund. Interesting fund. All right. So how about MST? Again, we kind of only cover this on the weekend. So we'll cover that Saturday. MSTW, nothing new here. Again, they're just holding that in the money long call and then some exposure on MSTR. So I don't know why are they not adding that swappity doodah position, right? So, but hey, whatever. No questions. But guys, if you have a video question, don't type in the live chat unless you want it for, well, if you have a video question for the live chat, save it towards the end of the video. If you have a video question and you're watching after the fact, type video question in the comments and then type your question and I'll answer it tomorrow. All right, easy enough. All right, so let's go to the other funds. We'll start with T to the S to the L to the Y, and then we'll go from there. That's it? That's it, broski? Wow, that's nothing, man. That's nothing, brus. Yeah, Blood Moon, you got to save that for the end. Sorry, but I got to get through the trades, and then we'll talk about that at the end, if you don't mind. All right, TSLY. Let's see what they did. Buy to close put and buy to close call. All right, it looks like some people may have sold out of the fund. Forced closure on the synthetic, closing out of position for the weeklies. In the end, they actually made 4.2 mil. Why? Because that synthetic bank, bro, 295. Oh yeah, Tesla's been doing really, really good lately. So let's see how they captured this upside from yesterday. I think there was upside. Oh no, there was downside. All right, they went down in the end. Again, freaking office day. I can't look at the market. Tesla was down 0.43%. Tesla went down 0.13%. So again, just a chill kind of day, just hanging out. I guess we'll take it, man. Let's check out our covered calls. Again, all their covered calls also expire 8/15. So let's take a look. What do we got? Our lowest strike is 337.50, 0.51% in the money. Uh-oh. But that's going to be a close race. Their highest strike is 355, 4.65% out of the money. So I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Tesla's been super green as of late. How's their synthetic doing? Well, it's doing freaking fantastic. They got a 290 and a 295. Tesla's at 339. So let's go take a look at what that's worth. The synthetic on the paper is worth $170 million. That comes to 116 per share. So that's going to be nice whenever they decide to cash that sucker out. The value of the TSLY fund is 1.1 bill. The NAV is 789. Trade price 789. 30-day IV. Wow, for 44%. 7-day is 51. I mean, I like that the 7 days higher, so that's good. IV estimates average to be about 29 cents. All right, income estimate for TSLY. So far, they're in the negative. Assuming this is right, D9 on the group's value. Okay, it is. All right. So, yeah, we'll see, though. If they cash out that synthetic, though, this thing's going to be bank. Group A, though, they got time. They got 20 days. All right. We'll check it out then. All right, let's go to Nvidia for the Nvidia nerds and see how they doing. Okay, there we go. All right, a lot of action there. Let's see what we're doing. Buy to close put, buy to close call. All right, maybe a forced closure, 1,500 contracts. And then buy to close put, buy to close call. All right. So, yeah, same thing. I guess people have been selling out of MSTY. So they had to close out of their synthetic. They had to close out of some covered calls. But lucky for them, their synthetic was in a good spot and they cashed this sucker out. They actually made $4 million in the process yesterday. So that's pretty nice. Very nice. All right, let's go to Nvidia. Let's see how they did yesterday. Nvidia went down 0.86%. Nvidia went down 0.56%. Okay, we'll take it. Yeah, not bad. Just a chill blad day. We always like blad days. All right, so again, look at the covered calls and everything. Everything expires this Friday. How are our covered calls doing? They're actually hanging in there, man. This has been tight from the beginning of the week, and we are 1.9 and 3.28% out of the money. Just hanging in there, man. Good plays right there. But again, we got 2 trading days. Anything can happen in 2 days. Anything can happen in 1 day, let alone 2. But we'll see. All right, synthetics, how you doing? Well, they got a 165. They got a 170. All right, Nvidia's at 181. Is it worth money? Yes. How much? I'll tell you in a sec. 155 mil or $1.41 per share. Again, that's on the paper, as they say. The value of the fund sits at 1.8 bill. Hey, not a bad drop. As you know, it's today's Thursday ex-dividend date. The cash has left the bank, right? So if we go down here, we should see our NAV decrease. Yep, it's at 1701. Yesterday's closing trade price, 1786. 85-cent difference. They paid 80 something, so it sounds about right. And we look at the IVs, 30-day IV, 43, 7-day IV, 39. So that averages to be a 56-cent payment. So they are paying, they did pay above their IV, which is good. I know there was some people complaining about the Nvidia amount to be paid. Guys, I think it was a pretty respectable yield. Like the yield was much higher. It was higher than the IV. So it's still a pretty damn good payment. There is no credit left over that you're thinking they have to pay, though. Like there's no credit carry forward. So this is, to me, a very, very good payment. Income estimate, I'll update this probably on the Saturday once they get some trades in the Group B, once that fills up. But they'll declare again on, September 10th, which is 27 days away. All right, that's the update on Nvidia. Up next is your boy, Cone Heads, or shall we say Coney Heads. What do you want on your cone? All right, do we have trades, Coney Heads? There's Dre. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say. All right, so there's Coney. Hi, Coney. Oh, damn. What'd you do? Buy the close call. Holy, what? 320? Damn, they got blown through. What the heck happened? Buy the close, 1586. All right. Oof. Oh, man. Maybe I should just say this. Oh, my goodness. Oh my God. Okay. Man, Coney. All right. Yeah, man. Tough timing. And oof, they took a hit, a 19.8 mil. Man. Ugh. Ouchie. Anyway, let's see what happened here. Man, they only went up 1.34%. I guess they're already cappity-doo-dah. But yeah, man, you could see not a good day for the Coney Heads. So we should just stand together in a circle and go, nah. LA, yeah, I already woke him up, LA. So he's up. I'm sure, well, it could have been me. Who the hell knows? But probably. Hey, what can I do? You see, his room is right above the office. All right, coin, yuck. It went up 1.34%. Coney went up 0.53%. And it's just 39% capture. Covered call ETF on Coney, not doing so well as of late. It's getting its ass kicked. It's just getting beat up. All right, what are they left with? They got the lowest strike at 325, 0.61% in the money. And they got a 350 as the highest strike. And they got 7% out of the money. So these look okay. I know the ones they closed were disastrous. But hey, whatever. Let's move on. Let's get past that. We got 2 trading days. Let's win these suckers. All right. Let's see how our synthetic is doing. Our synthetic is actually doing good. So the good news is we were underwater on the synthetic. Now we are up $7 actually. So if you look, 9/19 expiration, 10/17 expiration, they don't have to touch it for a month and 2 months. So we'll see. We'll see what happens and how that goes. The synthetic on paper is worth 40 mil or 22 cents per share. The value of the fund, 1.3 bill. The NAV, 750. The closing trade price yesterday, 751. 30-day IV, 58%. 7-day forward IV, 62%. All right. Income estimate. Yeah, that's negative, but they declare next week, guys. 6 days away, 820. But don't get your hopes up on anything big. Just look at the IV and expect an IV payment. All right. Simple as that. It's okay. It's okay. All right. SMCY. Suckers. All right. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Oh, no. Oh, no. No. SMCY. Where'd you go? It's just Soxy. Soxy. All right. Let's just check if they screwed up the alphabet, just in case. Yeah. The SMCY suckers, that they got no trades. That's okay. All right. So let's go look and see what happened yesterday. Here we go. SMCI, they went down. They went down 0.78%. SMCY actually went down more. Wow, they must be, are they way out of the money? They went down 0.93%. So that tells me the strikes are not tight. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, they're not too tight. They're 4, 5, 7, and 8% out of the money with 2 trading days. So yeah, again, sometimes you get a little weirdness like that. That's unusual that the underlying goes down and we go down more. Unless I'm seeing things. Let me go look at that again. Sometimes I mess crap up. Yeah, no, okay. At least I could see. Again, sometimes I'm just so last minute in the morning and I'm like, I'm going live. I'm waking up with you guys. Again, this is my first cup of coffee. And it's going. I'm actually drinking out of the LA Appliance Guy mug right now as we speak. The synthetic, what do we got? We got a 45 and a 60. And how we doing though? SMCI is at 46. So we're not doing good. That's 60, man. That's 60 whooping our ass. So our synthetic is negative. All right. So we look at the value of the SMCY fund, 335 mil. The NAV is 1718, trade price 1714. 30-day IV, 58%. 7-day forward IV is greater, 66%, which is nice. And yeah, man. But the IV estimate ends up to average 82 cents. That's okay, but they got 13 days till they declare on 8/27. Income estimate $8.60. So we'll see. SMCY always pays good though. SMCY suckers are never worried. All right, what's up, PLTY Posse? Let's see if you got trades yesterday. You were very popular yesterday. PLTY Posse's very, very happy. All right. No trades. Okay, no trades. Let's go take a look at what happened. All right, Palantir, how you doing? How you doing? They went down. They went down 1.41%, and PLTY went down not as much. They went down 0.98%. So, hey, we'll take it, baby. We'll take it. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so here are the covered calls. Let's see. They all expire tomorrow, and they are out of the money, barely out of the money, 0.34%, 1.7%, and 3% out of the money. I don't know. We haven't even looked at a damn pre-market, to be honest. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Why start now, right? The synthetic, I mean, why do they pay so much? Look at this synthetic, man. It's a 140. Palantir's at 184. This thing is ridiculous. What is it worth? $17.35 per share. I mean, come on, man. Yesterday's payment was what, $7 something? Look at it. Assets under management, 647 mil. This is the new amount, right? With the drop in the cash left the account. As you can see, the NAV is now at 69.59. This is a huge drop. The closing trade price was 77.20. All right. Look at the difference. 761. This is ex-dividend date. This is not a normal fund, right? When you get paid a $7 freaking distribution, your ex-dividend date is like this, a $7 drop. Good Lord. Good Lord. That yield was what, 130%ish? Freaking nuts, man. Freaking nuts. But yeah, man, it was warranted. They for sure warranted. That was kind of expected to be, to become a massive payment. 30-day IV 46, 7-day 45. Okay, great. Income estimate, I'll update that soon. Group B declares on 9/10. They just declared, obviously, so 27 days away. All right, so that's the coverage on the YieldMax outside of Ulti, of course. Again, we're going to pull up Ulti. We're going to, again, a work in progress. I got to do some Ulti. You got to Ulti. Got a lot of the Ulti maniacs going wild, so you got to support them, brother. So again, these are just the trades. You don't see strikes. I'm not getting into that. You want that, you got to go to our friend, the ETF inspector, who's on vacation right now. He's probably surfing at the beach right now, right? But what was the big changes yesterday? Any big numbers here? Let's see. IONQ, they made 5.4 mil. Hey, brother, I'll take it. All right. Anything else of concern? Oh, we lost 8.7 mil on RGTI. That kind of hurt. And then, but yeah, the ending result, we lost 5.3 mil. Now, I have a question. If ETF inspector is here, I don't think he is, because I never understood. Maybe you guys know. If you look at the top of the Ulti trades, what is this crap that comes out? Big numbers, empty. Half the freaking cells are empty. What is this? But we got 2.1 mil in this. So I don't know. Does anyone know what this is? But yeah, feel free to let me know. But anyway, moving on. So let's go to Ulti Holdings. Let's see what they're holding. This, by the way, was not working this morning either because I don't know, man. It's just, why is this here? See what I mean? Text does not. Oh, I can. I have to do two. Let me do two filters. Oh, that didn't work. I really screwed that up. Why can't I undo that? Redo. All right. So filter by condition. We do does not contain. Text does not contain 0. Let's try that. Because the Ulti Holdings, all of the covered call positions, they have a 0 in them. So that's why I kind of do that. All right, let me see if anyone answered me, by the way. I probably should check. All right, no one answered me. Thanks a lot. Anyway, so who's the biggest holding, or who's a holding that's a surprise? Oh, they got Bull. Isn't that new freaking crypto app? Again, these formulas are all freaking screwed up. What's going on here, man? All right, so yeah, it's called WebBull Corp. Bull. All right, coin's not updating. This is all screwed up, man. That's a bond thing. GLXY never works. Robinhood's in there. MicroStrategy. Palo Alto. I know I always say that wrong. Target. They better have earnings. What the hell are they doing in there? Tesla. All right. Upstart. Whatever. Super. Nothing. The only surprise is actually Target. Again, you guys confirm if you want, if they have earnings, but I hope. Again, they typically do earnings play to capture the IV on the earnings. So yeah. All right. So anyway, that's the coverage on YieldMax. That's the coverage on what we do, what we talk about. But real quick, I'm going to now talk about my options trading, but I will tell you beforehand, I did not trade. I did not get one trade in yesterday. So for MSTY, what's the update? Well, MSTY, what did it close at? 1901. But again, all of these, I have 3 covered calls. They all expire 8/29. There's an 18, a 19, and a 20. All right, but again, I don't care. There's so much time left. But let's look at TSLL. Again, I got all of these set on covered calls. But what expires Friday? All right, if we look at Friday, we have an 8/15 expiration. We only have 2 trades that expire Friday. I have a put, $12 put. TSLL is at 12.86. This put is out of the money, 6.69% out of the money. So this is safe so far. However, I do have a call, also $12. So this is in the money by the same amount. It's 6.69% in the money. So this is in danger of getting assigned, of course, and we will make a decision on whether we let it get assigned or we roll it out. No preference. Again, I have 800 shares of TSLL, and I sold calls on all 800. Why? Because the market is freaking green as hell. So might as well. TNA, kind of same thing. Everything's got a damn covered call on it. If you look, 600 shares, 600 covered, 600 have covered calls. So what expires this Friday? That's really what matters. Let's see. I didn't do anything yesterday, right? Well, these, I got to gray these out and hide them. Okay, so if you look for Friday, I have a covered call at $35. Look at TNA. I mean, this I have to look at the pre-market because this thing is not slowing down. I don't know why. I need some damn red, honestly, on this freaking stock because this thing has been nuts. Finally, a little damn red. All right, it's at $39.93. And I have a $35 call. This thing is it's a goner if I leave it, right? It's goner. But what I'll probably do is I'll see if I can do a rolling order. Since, again, I consider it a goner, just like these two. I have a $33 and a $34 call. But for the time being, I'll just keep rolling these and collecting premium. Why the hell not, man? Why the hell not? If I can get a credit. If I can't get a credit, then I'm not rolling them. Then I'm just going to say bye-bye. I'm going to let the shares go. I'll collect $3,500 and I'll move on my merry way. All right. I also have a $41 call. This is actually, I didn't think this would be in danger, but it's now in danger. As of the close yesterday, 2% out of the money. I mean, we'll see. We'll play it out. Definitely not letting this get assigned. I mean, I could, because that's a good price, $41. So I technically could. I could roll this one and then let this one. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But no trades yesterday. All right. But I do have the open positions tab, and it kind of just shows you, yeah, I'm in the money on 3 of the 8 on TSLL, and then I'm in the money on 4 of the 6 on TNA. So interesting. For the week, though, I already hit my goal. My goal for weekly income was, where is it? 224 over here. Should probably make that green so you can see. Yeah, so weekly goal is 224, and I made 378. So I don't have to do anything, to be honest. And will I? Probably. We'll see, man. We'll see. I got to do maybe some rolling today if needed. All right, so since I did no trades, I did absolutely no trades. What happened with my balances? I'll update the balances, and then we'll have some chit-chat action going there. So get ready if you had any questions. All right, so I'm just going to update my balances real quick and see how we did. All right, so it looks like we went down a little bit. So we went down 54,843.21. Available cash did not change because, again, I did not do anything. I did not collect a premium. I did not pay a premium, so nothing happened. Pending puts, I would expect this not to change either. Again, I know you can't see the screen I'm looking at, but I'll show it at some point when I figure it out. All right, so in the money, cash secure point, all right, 4,300. So that didn't change. So actual cash sits at 7,904. Now let's see if margin changed. I'm sure it did because the balance changed. So let's go to withdrawable margin. Is 24. It went down a little bit because the balance went down. 24,008.21. And then I have margin that I can trade on, went down a little bit as well. 80,027.37. All right. So again, I could borrow $80,000 if I wanted to just trade options on it, right? But since this account, it's a bill pay account, I use the withdrawable margin number, and I make sure I always have. Well, I really just need the 1,300 because at the first of every month, 1,300 comes out of the account. No other money comes out of the account, just 1,300 on the first for the mortgage payment. So as long as this withdrawable margin is well above that number, I'm fine. But at the same time, you know, I like to keep it high just in case. You know, we've been in a little baby bull run lately, so maybe there's going to be a sell-off a little bit. I see a little red today, a little red action, so yeah, we'll see how things go. All right, so that's the update on my options trades. That is the update on YieldMax. And if you guys have any questions, let's talk about it, man. Let's get to it. We got some time, a little bit. We got a little time. Who had that question? Is he still here? We got what? We got 627 on YouTube and Twitter combined, or X combined. Any topics we should cover while we are live? Should we talk about the distributions? Do we care? Should we look at house money? Let's go here. Let's go here. All right. So let's zoom in. Let's go to. I just gotta make sure the form. I didn't check this at all, so bear with me. Is it picking up? That's the launch price. Never mind. I need this. This should be picking up the late. Yep. Okay, it is. All right. So Nvidia house money 190. It's JPMO. I'm gonna have to get their freaking launch price. All right, so here's what I'm looking at. JPMO, right? You got to pull up max, and then you're going to look at the open all the way at the bottom. This is Yahoo. $20.09. They launched September 12th, it shows. September 11th, we have $20. And what if I did +1? I do have the +1. All right, what the heck do we say? $20.09. Yeah. All right, so let me update that. Let me update any other screw ups here. All right, Marrow, 21 cents launch price. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so you go here and you type Marrow. And you got to go to historical data. And then you go to max. And then you scroll all the way down. And they launched at 49.62. 49.62. Usually when I update these manually, I like to put them in italics and shade them a little darker. Not like you care. All right. Anyway, now we can talk about house money. All right. So Nvidia, they have now paid you $33.54. That is a 137% house money percentage. Obviously, they're well over the 100. Phoebe has paid you $17. That's 84% of the launch price. JPMO 920, 46%. Murney, look at them passing the 50%. They had a crappy payment, but to date they had paid 1147, 56%. GDXY 836, 42%. Babo 1036, 51%. PLTY, yeah, man. PLTY's next payment is going to put it over 100%. They have paid you $48.39. Yes, you heard that correctly. They launched on October 8th. All right. They launched on October 8th. It's been 310 days since they launched. They have paid you $48.39. They paid you 96% of the launch price. Okay. The next payment will be in September, and it will hit 100% house money before 1 year. All right. So PLTY is, I know it's because of the freaking underlying, but it's also because of the implied volatility and because of the traders, right? Obviously, there's someone has to run the damn fund. This freaking fund is domination. Compare PLTY to anything, and good luck. In fact, I may do that today. I may just compare PLTY to SCHD just for fun, because that does make people angry. All right, continually going down the line. Marrow, they paid $16, 32%. Dippity Doodah, $6.94, 34%. All right, moving on down. Let's go look at the weeklies and see what they're doing. Why is XYZY? Their launch price don't even work, man. Might as well update it while I'm here. XYZY. Where the hell is the right here? XYZY. Yeah. All right. Your favorite freaking ticker. It's not Friday. How is it not Friday yet, by the way? I'm done with this week. $20.19. There you go. 20.19. There you go. That's fixed. Again, I don't know. It's like struggling to pick up the launch price, but it's okay. It's all good. It's all right. All right, let's look at the weeklies. All right, so YieldMax, they are at 64%. They paid you $12.69 from launch. Again, assuming my formula is working. T52. Yep, okay. Yep, they paid you 64% of the original launch price, and they launched, what, January of 2024. But again, it's fund to funds, diversified, so still pretty good. YMAG, 57%, they paid you, and then Ulti, 68%. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, so not bad, man, not bad. Good day yesterday. All right, I think let me just rewind a little bit, see if I got some. I think I saw a question up in there. Okay, just comments. Oh, here's a question. Options question. Sweet. When buying a call, say the stick, I assume you mean stock, is $10. All right, and the op to buy is a $9 and a $11. Which one do you buy, and how is money made? In different ways, by selling premium or another. All right, you lost me here. When buying, all right, so you're talking about buying a call. If the stock is 10 and the op to buy, what? Well, if you buy a $9 call and that's at 10, that's in the money. That's going to cost you a little bit, just a little bit, right? So, but yeah, it's already profitable as soon as you buy it, right? Not really, technically, because the expense you paid is the value of the call at that point, right then and there. Then if it continues to go up, obviously you're going to make money, depending on how much it goes up and when and whatnot. If you buy the 11, that'll be a little cheaper than the 9. But again, then it's, to make money, it really has to go up. So, speculative play. But even, again, that's why I'm not a buyer. I'm a seller. I sell for premium. The buyer, remember, they're on the other side. They're paying the seller the premium. So if you want to buy a call because you can't afford, maybe they say the reason to buy calls, like for MSTR, for example, okay, you can't afford 100 shares of MSTR, you could buy one call, right? That'll be cheaper than paying 100 shares. So that would be an example of why. But again, that's all speculation, right? You're buying calls, you're speculating that of what's going to happen. You're trying to predict what the stock market is going to do. But if that's what you want to do, if you want to be the buyer, then that's fine. But yeah, that's where it's just, to me, it's so much more involved. Then you really have to think about, okay, where do I think the stock's going? When is it going there? Why do I think it's going to go up? Should I, is it worth it? I mean, people can make a lot of money buying calls. Don't get me wrong. But I like to play it safe and be the seller. That's just my thought. I'm not sure if that helped day one. Do we think the dividends for Coney will? No, we don't. Sorry. Because what? Coney at the highs, what was their highest distribution? I'm sure it was high. Their highest price was what? $30. So it's going to be hard for them to ever get back up to their whatever their high, their 52-week high was or whatever. All right, so let's go. Let's see what else we got here. A little action. All right, TNA left me. Goodbye, TNA. People got to work, right? Keep going, keep going. How much will PLTY have? How much PLTY would you have to do to break even after first average payout? Would you have to buy to break? Well, again, it's not much. I think we saw there. What do they have to pay? Well, look at right here. Well, again, this is the launch price, plus or minus, right? We'll just say approximately $2, right? $2. They have to pay $2 to make 100% house money. Yes, they are paying $2 at least. That I can comfortably say. All right, let's keep going. Done with this week, man. I hear you, Nikki. We got to talk. We can probably complain for hours. You know what? If you complain about corporate BS, maybe I'll have you on the morning show someday when we retire. All right, let's keep going. Again, this is, I'm supposed to put music on towards the end. Sorry. There you go. All right, let's keep going. What do we got? What do we got? What do you do? What do you say? Where the hell did I leave off? All right, is this question for me? This was the earlier question. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I caught it. But video question. I think this is the only way you catch it again. What are your safe standard option plays versus what you consider degen plays? Is it based off the delta only? Well, it depends. If you think about what stock you're trading options on, it starts with that. As you know, I only trade leverage plays. I do options on leverage plays because I want the high implied volatility. But then, yes, when I'm trading leverage plays, of course, I look at the delta as essentially a safety net. But, you have to know that the leverage is crazy, right? It could move, it says like 3x on TNA. It could be more, it could be less, because they do daily rebalancing. So again, there's a lot of risk with those. So I would consider those high risk. Not, well, for me, It's not, but I'm saying for the average investor. So normal people, quote unquote, normal people, they'll just trade the underlying directly, like Tesla or maybe just the Russell, right? IWM, because that's enough for them. But me, I want higher IV. I love it. I don't know. That's just kind of how I trade. So, but yeah, I would consider higher delta a degenerate play. I would consider the the leveraged ETFs a degenerate play for sure. But to me, it's worth it. For others, it may not be. All right. Let me see where I left off. All right. This is okay. I think I left off here. Sorry, just going through the comments. I don't know if you guys can hear the music. That's what I'm trying to figure out with options. I'm selling them without fully owning them, which is a question. Selling a call or selling, well, you can't really sell a call unless you own the underlying, right? That's why they're called covered calls. You could do a poor man's covered call if you buy the call, right? That's essentially like owning it, which is kind of what YieldMax does with a synthetic. So A1, obviously, we have to get into that, when we'll do like an options Q&A video one day. All right, you're in. All right. What about Sunita? She in? We got to get all you on here one day. Retire abroad is done with corporate BS in 12 days. Wow. Wow. Good for you. Delta 0.2 to 0.3 question mark. I always use 0.2 as the judge. I hear music. All right, good. No, yeah, exactly. No naked calls, no naked puts, none of that. All right, I'm caught up on the questions. It's pretty much time for work in a second, I guess. What else we got? Yeah, I know, the whiteboard video. The famous whiteboard video. I didn't even get the outline of the first. I'm actually trying to, which I never do, plan out my whiteboard video. And I started the first one, I wrote like 2 things, but yeah. Yeah, you could do call spreads. I avoid those though. Yeah, we gotta retire abroad on here for a morning show, post-retirement. We want to hear her thoughts on working, her thoughts on the 401k, from a recently retired person. Let's get all the anger out if there is any. This is probably, I can't even ask the right questions to get the answers I'm looking for. I don't get how to word it. I can't wait for yeah, I haven't really talked about this, but I did open the calendar for coaching. I'm going to do one-on-one coaching, which obviously would include options discussions. So if anyone is interested in that, reach out to me. I haven't posted it to the public yet, the calendar. I'm trying to do it on a one-off basis, only if people ask me, because I just don't know what it's going to be like. Plus, I'm not in a rush to do too many, to be honest. So even if I do 1 a week, that's plenty, or whatever, 1 a month for now, right? But A1, if that's something you're interested, reach out to me and we could talk. But yeah, that's something I want to get into more and more as I try to retire abroad. Retire on dividends. I'll call in from Italy. Yeah, I mean, what time is 6 a.m. in Italy? Thanks for the spanner. The spanner? Look at that. You got backup, A1. Retire never. It feels like it, right? All right, let's keep going. crazy how we love the job and company, yet they do take advantage of this. Yeah. We're just doing Q&A. If those of you that just popped in, obviously, we're just doing end of video Q&A. It's something we do when we go live now. Just chilling, man. We got 792 people on YouTube and X. Not bad, not bad. Just hanging out. Nothing crazy. It's 1 p.m. in Italy currently. Okay, so yeah, so that should work out. That's like a lunchtime live stream for you. That's fine. All right. If no one has anything else, I guess we could pretty much end it and get our asses to work. Well, all of us except brother and a few others in here. But yeah, man, we're on the road to retirement. Even LA's leaving us. LA's got to go to work. He's got to fix those refrigerators today. Or usually it's a freaking washer, man. It's always a washer, you know? Those things, I guess, got some problems. All right, cool. Yeah, obviously, I'm sure you're more down to do it when you retire. My questions are about how options work. I hear how people make all this money without putting up all the funds, but it seems you still have that. A1, yeah, that depends, man. Like, again, if you buy a call, if you bought a call on Nvidia, you know, maybe a few months ago, you could have made a lot of money for not putting up a lot of money. But yeah, when you're just a seller, you kind of need a decent amount, you know, to make good money. But yeah, my yield is good. You know, if you look at my income, I'll show you in a sec. So, you know, I'm making about, you saw the account, 50, what's my balance? It's been varying. It's gone up though. We'll just call it 50,000. This is what I'm making per week. 378, 46, 602, 502. But I'm also kind of playing it safe. So year-to-date income, 13,000. But my yield on the trades is really good, and that's what matters, right? If I look at TNA, my average annualized yield on all these trades since I started the wheel, there's about 133 trades, 95%. TSLL, probably even more trades. 160 trades on TSLL. I'm yielding 167% on the trades. Again, that's excluding any capital appreciation or depreciation. It's just the money I made on the trades. The yield on the money that I put up. Okay, what else we got? Best believe they will axe you in the minute they feel the replace. Yeah, man. I mean, we're all just a number. We know that. JLH, I'm driving to work at the moment. All right. I'm glad you're with us on X. I tell everyone, make your plan, decide your date, and sacrifice and work. Yep, just make it happen, man. Make it happen. All right, I think we're done. I think we had a good chat. I think we had good coverage today. That being said, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. And this video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. Look at that freaking Bitcoin one day. Now it's only at 0.29%. Damn it, Cletus. Come on, Cletus. But yeah. It's for fun and entertainment. You guys know. Come on, Cletus. But yeah. So if you guys enjoy this video, please hit the like button. You know, you can't forget that. You can't forget the like button, of course. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Outside of that, I got nothing, right? But we'll do the keyword. So since we're live on YouTube and X, you guys got to give me the keyword. So if you made it this far in the video, and you want to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. What's the keyword? I mean, come on, man. What do we got? What do we got here? Anything? We got to go, man. We got work to do. Keyword early retirement. Always, man. Always. Yeah, I guess it is. Keyword is early retirement. So if you made it this far in the video and you would like to prove it to myself and all these other suckers out there, you got to type in the keyword on X and YouTube. And the word is early retirement. Because again, think about it. We all try to, to get the job, right? To get the good job with the good pay. And then what are we trying to do? As soon as we get the job, we're trying to retire, right? So if you think about it, like what in the hell, before you start working, everyone needs to learn about money. Everyone needs to learn about investing. Everyone needs to learn about planning out the future, even before you start the damn job, right? If I actually invested all of the money I put into the 401k into a taxable account, had I not touched it, would I be retired today? I'd probably be more comfortable in doing so. Absolutely. And there's a lot of people on here that could probably say the same thing. So again, there's just big educational gap for young people, middle-aged people, and yes, older people who are retired or about ready to retire, and they're scared to retire. And there's people with millions that are scared to retire. Could you imagine? But no, it's just a great topic, and this is why I want to do the morning show, like on a regular basis at some point too. But for now, it's just going to be Mondays at the crack of dawn. And you guys I'm getting some crazy guests. I'm getting some normal everyday people. I'm getting some popular people. I'm getting some fund managers. I really think it's going to be a freaking blast, honestly. I just got to make sure my ass is awake and ready to, be a good interviewer, because now I'm interviewing all these different people, but it's going to be freaking fun. Anyway, the keyword today is early retirement. So type that down below, and that way I know you made it to the end of the video. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining the live stream. Thank you for watching after. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. We'll be live tomorrow. So come back tomorrow at 6 a.m. and we will talk then. Reach out, A1, and yeah, we could talk, man. I'll be happy to, go through some stuff, or just join the Discord. There's so many people that know more than me there that will be happy to help you. But yeah, if you want to do them one-on-one, let me know that too. I'm out of here. Have a great day, everyone. Peace.